Good evening. I attended my sister's Rochambeau graduation last night, not only to applaud my sister for her achievements, of course, but also to gather a little insight as to what to say when you give a speech at a graduation. Okay, so I may have been cheating a little, but I thought I needed the help. Yet all I really got out of it was that the in thing to do was to thank the teachers and the administration and tell the graduating class to behave because, and I quote, they hold the future in their hands. But that's not why I'm standing here right now. No, instead I thought I'd take the time to talk about a sentence I heard the other night. I was sat staring blankly at the TV thinking, I have to give a speech in 3 days in front of hundreds of people, and I haven't the foggiest idea of what to talk about. As I sat there contemplating the pros and cons of writing a speech about the miracle of the remote control, as if by some random divine intervention, these 7 words floated from the television set to my ears. Life is not perfect, plus it's short. Now, I know what's going through your heads right now. She's using a modified Reebok commercial for the basis of her speech. But let me assure you, I wasn't that desperate. No, the reason I decided to use those words as I stood in front of the lectern this evening was because I simply could not let the members of the class of 1995 have their separate ways without making sure we all had first tasted a little dose of the reality that laid ahead. You see, for the past 12 years, our lives have been a series of monotonous journeys from home to school and then back home again. Sure, our modes of transportation or the locations of the school or the sizes of our clothes may have changed, yet essentially our lives have been one 24-hour time period broadcasted over and over and over again like a bad syndicated TV show. Yet in the next hour, the spell of Region 15 will be broken, and we will be allowed to walk wherever we want without ever having to think if we need a pass, not that many of us gave it much thought anyway. We will be able to be late without having to hear the angelic voice of Mr. O'Keefe telling us to find that happy place, and we will never have to worry about those things called detentions. But I already know that, and so does everyone standing behind me. So what am I trying to say? Merely that now is the time for us to make sure that we take the incentive and do something with the lives that have finally been placed solely in our control. I'm not telling you that the fate of this generation is now in your hands, because frankly, for some of you, that is not going to make a difference. But that's fine, because it's your life, and it's not for me, someone who's barely talked to the multitude of you people fidgeting up there, to tell you that if you don't make a difference, our whole generation will fall into a bottomless pit. All I am saying is that life is not perfect, and if we sit around patiently twiddling our thumbs, waiting for the ideal light to come shining through our window and guide us to perfection, the next time we look in the mirror, our youthful faces will be replaced with that which is old and wrinkled. Our skin will resemble a sun-baked prune, and our lives will have been as tasteless as a spoonful of wheat germ. Life is too short to sit around waiting for something we can't even put our finger on. Now, I know it is incredibly easy, almost too easy, to fall victim to the disease which render one a slacker. But rather than capitulate and wait for the disease to turn your brain to tapioca, there is something you can do. The solution is to walk out this door with your diploma, not to look back, and to actually do something more with your weekdays and weekends than sit around at someone's house or at the shrine of teenage idleness, better known as Dunkin' Donuts. Don't scream at your TV in a boredom-induced frenzy. Scream at a rally for whatever you think you believe in, whether it be for saving the rainforests, or if you're an out-of-control conservative, lifting the ban on gun control. If you feel like running for years on end like Forrest Gump, go for it. I could never imagine doing that to my body, but then again, I'm not you. Just don't sit on the same couch for eons and eons until your mother forgets that that pink blob is actually not her own child, and instead an incredibly unruly stain, and tries to watch it out. We all don't have the potential for living a perfect life in what we think is our utopia. Adam and Eve kind of annihilated that golden opportunity for us with one wrong bite. But we all have the potential for greatness. All we have to do is go out there and find it. Casey Stengel once said that it is better to be lucky than to be smart. Now, I suppose if we were all living a perfect life, we could all be expecting Ed McMahon to knock on our door any day, smiling with his annoying cap teeth and touting a 10-foot-long check. Then we could all pack up our things and move to the islands without ever having to worry about further our education. But we can't all be lucky. We can't all be $10 million winners. Yet if we go running to meet the future with an active mind and open arms, rather than wait to be simply absorbed by whatever comes next, then we are all winners, and life, while it may not be perfect, will be the next best thing to it. Thank you very much. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck, good luck, class of 1995, and good riddance, Pomperaug High School.